Hi, Andrew Kramer here, and welcome to my After Effects frame rate conversion tutorial. Okay, the truth is, this tutorial is not going to impress your friends. You're not going to be like, hey, you will not believe this. You have to come over to my house right now. Watch this. And you play it back, and they're looking at it and thinking, okay, what's the big deal? And you're like, dude, I just converted 30 frame per second footage to 24p. Don't you get it? And at that point, they're going to leave just before taking a soda out of your refrigerator. So unfortunately, you're not going to be scoring any points with the ladies. However, if you have any really nerdy friends that are into technical specifications, video formats, you might get some acknowledgement there, but that's not really going to help your self-esteem. In fact, it may even diminish it further. Now then, in this tutorial, I'm going to be demonstrating an effective way to convert your frame rate to another frame rate. For example, if you're working, say, in a 30 frames per second NTSC project and you're given some 24p footage, how am I going to get that footage to be conformed to, your actual project? Or for you filmmakers who want to convert your 60i or 29.97 frame per second footage to 24p, this will work pretty well for you. Additionally, if you're doing a PAL to NTSC conversion or vice versa, you should also get some use out of this technique. I'm going to be demonstrating this on a few different levels. I have some 24p footage, some 60i footage, which is 29.97 frames per second, and some 30p motion graphics work as well. If you'd like to get some more information about frame rates and such, check out your online encyclopedia and just type in frame rate, and there's some different information about different formats. But as long as you have a basic understanding, let's go ahead and get started. Now, the first thing I want to do is convert this 60i footage into 24p progressive. Now, as you can see, this footage is interlaced and right. Now, the first step in this process is to right-click on your footage, choose Interpret Footage, Main. Now, our actual frame rate of this footage is 29.97, and we have this option to conform to frame rate. Now, in this case, I want to convert this footage to 24 frames per second NTSC, so that actually computes to 23.976. And in this case, the footage is interlaced, so I want to separate the fields lower first. Now, if you're working with PAL, I believe it's upper fields first. And I want to preserve edges, and this will actually make for a little bit better deinterlace. So I'm going to check this box and choose OK. Now, this footage that was 29.97 frames per second is now interpreted as 23.976. Then I'm going to take this footage and drag it into the new comp button. So what we've created now by dragging it into this comp button is a composition exactly the same frame rate and format as your footage. So it's NTSC, and because we interpreted it as 23.976, the comp is also set that way. So I'm going to choose OK. Now if I play this back, it's going to be slightly problematic. Now, you probably can't tell because of the screen recording, but playing back 30 frames per second at 24 frames per second basically makes your footage in slow motion. So we don't want second. And I will show you that we are actually not duplicating frames either. If I go through